Hello, dear students. Welcome to this class. So, today we are going to continue the next part of the chapter Ishwaran the Storyteller. In the previous part, we have studied that Mahendra was a young and unmarried man who worked as junior supervisor in a company. He is narrating this story to his colleague Ganesh. He had to go to many sites for completing his given task. He had a cook, Ishwaran. Ishwaran was a very interesting person. He did all the household chores, cooked food for Mahendra, and entertained him by telling the stories in a way to create suspense and curiosity in his mind. He told Mahendra many stories, like about a fallen tree that was looking like a huge beast in the middle of the road, and about an elephant who entered in their school when he was in the junior classes. He told him how he became able to control the mad elephant and saved many people from its attack. Though some of his stories were not true, but Mahendra liked the style and the effective way of expressing the stories, so he never criticized him. Now let's continue. Not a day passed without Ishwaran recounting some story packed with adventure, horror, and suspense. Whether the story was credible or not, Mahendra enjoyed listening to it because of the inimitable way in which it was told. Ishwaran seemed to more than make up for the absence of a TV in Mahendra's living quarter. So here credible means believable and inimitable means unavoidable or unique, you can say. Every day Ishwaran would narrate one or the other story full of adventure, horror and thrill. Sometimes Mahendra felt that the story was a fiction, but still he enjoyed listening them because of the elegant style and unique way in which it was narrated by Ishwaran. As there was no television set in the temporary house of Mahendra, but he never felt it because of these stories entertained him more than any television. So Ishwaran was a good entertainer for him. Now, one morning when Mahendra was having breakfast, Ishwaran asked, "Can I make something special for dinner tonight, sir? After all, today is an auspicious day. According to tradition, we prepare various delicacies to feed the spirits of our ancestors today, sir." Here, auspicious means grand or good, delicacies means delicious food, spirits means souls of the dead, and ancestors means elder of our family. Now, one morning, Mahendra was enjoying his breakfast. At the same time, Ishwaran asked him if he could prepare a special meal for dinner that night, as it was a good day. He also added that it was their tradition that on that day they prepared a special meal to feed the souls of the dead elders of the family. That night, Mahendra enjoyed the most delicious dinner and complimented Ishwaran for his culinary skills. He seemed very pleased about unexpectedly launched into a most garish account involving the supernatural. Here, culinary means skill of cooking, garish means something which is too attractive as to be disliked, and supernatural means related to the ghost and spirits. Ishwaran made a delicious dinner that night. Mahendra enjoyed that dinner and praised Ishwaran for his cooking skills. Ishwaran was very happy on being praised, but all of a sudden he started telling a detailed story related to ghost and supernatural powers, which was disliked by Mahendra. You know, sir, this entire factory area we are occupying was once a burial ground. He started. Mahendra was jerked out of the pleasant reverie he had drifted into after the satisfying meal. I knew on the first day itself when I saw a human skull lying on the path. Even now I come across a number of skulls and bones, Ishwaran continued. Here, jerked means came out, and reverie means a state of being lost in some pleasant thoughts. You can say a daydream. Ishwaran told Mahendra that the site of the factory was earlier a place where the dead were buried. Mahendra suddenly came out of his pleasant thought after the delicious meal. Ishwaran continued saying that on the first day itself he noticed a skull lying on the ground when he was returning after buying vegetables. Even later, he had came across a number of skulls and bones lying around the place where they were staying. He went on to narrate how he sometimes saw ghosts at night. I am not easily frightened by these things, sir. I am brave fellow, but one horrible ghost of woman which appears off and on at midnight during the full moon. It is an ugly creature with matted hair and a shriveled face, like a skeleton holding a fetus in its arms. Matted hair means entangled or twisted hair, shriveled means wrinkled, and fetus means unborn baby. So now Ishwaran added that sometimes he saw ghosts at nights. And although he was not scared because he was a brave person, but once he saw a very terrible ghost of a lady which appeared on a full moonlight at 12 o'clock. It was very ugly with twisted and entangled hair and had a wrinkled face. It was carrying a fetus in its arms and it was looking like a skeleton. Now, Mahendra shivered at the description and interrupted rather sharply. You are crazy, Ishwaran? There are no such things as ghosts or spirits. It is all the figment of your imagination. Get your digestive system examined and maybe your head as well. You are talking nonsense. Figment means production, or you can say a part of imagination. Mahendra got frightened at this description and stopped him by scolding him that he had gone mad. Ghost didn't exist. He added it's the production of his imagination only. And he also ordered Ishwaran to get himself a proper checkup as he was talking nonsense. He left the room and retired for the night, expecting Ishwaran to sulk for a couple of days. But the next morning he was surprised to find the cook as cheerful and talkative as ever. Sulk means be silent or quiet. Mahendra went away from that room and had a good sleep at night. He had thought that Ishwaran would remain quiet or upset for a few days as he had scolded him the previous night. But he was surprised to see next morning that a happy and talkative Ishwaran was behaving as like earlier days. From that day on, Mahendra, for all his brave talk, went to bed with a certain unease. Every night he peered into the darkness outside through the window next to his bed, trying to make sure that there was no movement of dark shapes in the vicinity. But he could only see a sea of darkness with the twinkling lights of the factory miles away. Vicinity means nearby area. Though Mahendra showed that he was very brave, but on the contrary, he was disturbed because of the story narrated by Ishwaran. Every night, before going to bed, he peeped out of the window next to his bed to assure himself that there was no ghost around. He did not see any ghost, but only saw darkness all around and the dim lights of the factory. He had always liked to admire the milk white landscape on the full moon nights, but after hearing Ishwaran's story of the female ghost, he avoided looking out of his window altogether when the moon was full. Before listening to Ishwaran's story, Mahendra liked watching the white colored landscape on a full moon night. But as Ishwaran told that a female ghost appeared on a full moon night on that haunted place, he stopped looking out on that night as he was afraid of that ugly ghost. One night, Mahendra was woken up from his sleep by a low moon close to his window. At first, he put it down to a cat prowling around for mice, but the sound was too guttural for a cat. He resisted the curiosity to look out lest he should behold a sight which would stop his heart. But the wailing became louder and less feline. He could not resist the temptation any more. Lowering himself to the level of the windowsill, he looked out at this white sheet of moonlight outside. There, not too far away, was a dark, cloudy form clutching a bundle. Mahendra broke into a cold sweat and fell back on the pillow, panting. As he gradually recovered from the ghastly experience, he began to reason with himself and finally concluded that it must have been some sort of autosuggestion, some trick that his subconscious had played on him. Here, moan means crying sound, prowling means searching, guttural means harsh, and wailing means weeping or crying. Feline means related to cats. Panting means breathing heavily. Ghastly means causing horror or fear. Autosuggestion means the practice of suggesting thoughts to oneself. Windowsill means base of a window frame. One night, Mahendra was sleeping. He awakened by the sound of someone crying. First, he thought that it was a cat searching for the mice and tried to go back to sleep. But the sound was getting more harsh, like a human sound. Mahendra wanted to peep out of the window, but he stopped himself, as he was afraid that if he saw a ghost, he could even die. The crying or the moaning sound became louder, and he was sure that it was not the sound of a cat. Mahendra could not stop himself, and he bent down and lifted his head slightly to peep through the window. He was shocked to see that sight. In the white colored moonlight, he saw the same ghost. It was holding a bundle or fetus in its one hand. Mahendra was panicked. He was breathing heavily and fell back on the bed. After some time, he recovered from this scary experience and thought probably his subconscious mind was showing him the ghost because he was thinking about it. He assured himself that there was no ghost, only his mind was playing a trick on him. By the time he had got up in the morning, had a bath, and come out to have his breakfast, the horror of the previous night had faded from his memory. Ishwaran greeted him at the door with his lunch packet and his bag. Just as Mahendra was stepping out, Ishwaran grinned and said, "Sir, remember the other day when I was telling you about the female ghost with a fetus in its arms? You were so angry with me for imagining things. Well, you saw her yourself last night. I came running hearing the sound of moaning that was coming from your room." Grinned means wide smile. By the time Mahendra woke up, he took his bath and came out for breakfast. He had forgotten everything about the scary experience of the previous night. Ishwaran greeted him and gave him his lunch and his bag. As Mahendra was about to leave for his job, Ishwaran smiled broadly and reminded him that one day Mahendra scolded him for talking about ghost, but now he himself saw it. So how was he feeling that time? He told him that he heard his cries at the previous night. So now he should believe that all his stories were not fiction. A chill went down Mahendra's spine. He did not wait for Ishwaran to complete his sentence. He hurried away to his office and handed in his papers, resolving to leave the haunted place the very next day. Resolving means deciding, and haunted means visited by spirits. Ishwaran's comment made Mahendra scared once again. He did not hear him further and hurried off to his office. Now he had decided to resign from the job and not to stay much at that haunted place. He could not live there any longer. So he decided to leave the place by resigning from his job. So, uh, this is the story about Mahendra and his cook Ishwaran. And this story is based on the art of the storytelling of Ishwaran. So I hope you enjoyed this story and this story is clear to all of you. So after that, have a good revision of this chapter. Thank you all.